today, I'm coming to you from the North Pole. Nah, just kidding. I'm in Haddam Neck, Connecticut on the Connecticut River. Everyone, it's Adventures with Allie G. We're back, our first segment of 2018, and we're on our way to our very first location. Matt, take it away and tell them what we're doing today.
Alright, so today what we're doing is we are heading out to Haddam Neck, Connecticut, along the Connecticut River, and I'm sure everybody has been watching or seeing, or at least seen a post about the ice jam that's taking place on the Connecticut River this year. It's crazy. So last week I decided to jump on Facebook and I decided to look at a couple of pictures that were posted from a couple people around, and I was like, wow, this ice is pretty intense, but didn't think much of it. And as I started to do more and more research about it, I couldn't believe how thick it was in certain spots, aka Haddam Neck. So reached out to a friend of mine, shout out to Jim Casenza, who we both know.
Hey Jim!
Shout out to him because he is in a new house on a farm out here in Haddam Neck, and has a friend, Neil, so shout out to Neil.
Hey Neil!
Neil's property is basically on the river, so we're going to be heading out to his property right now, and we're going to get a first-hand private look at what the ice is doing to the river.
History. So the Connecticut River is about 407 miles and reaches all the way up to Canada. It is the Ice Jam of 2018, which reaches about 6 miles in total, but the Ice Jam typically doesn't hit until around March every year. This year, it's only January, and this ice is insane. Now, if you look behind me, you're gonna see all the ice covering the river. But it usually, like I said, typically doesn't happen until March. This particular ice jam has happened in only just 1 week. 1 week ago, this was a flowing river. So what's the phenomenon? Well, let me tell you, the ice jam is so incredible that the last time the Connecticut River happened to do this was dated all the way back into 1908, over 110 years ago. That's the significance. Go ahead, take a look. So I'm here with my friend Neil Perrin on his property, which is waterfront to the Connecticut River. Hi Neil, thanks for being here.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Thanks for allowing us to film on your property today.
You're welcome.
So tell me, how long have you been here, and have you ever seen anything like this before?
I've been in Haddam Neck, Connecticut my whole life, 42 years. I've never seen this amount of ice to this extreme and level that it is in magnitude.
This is insane, and as you can see, some of the ice is incredibly thick. Is this going to cause any damage to your property once it starts to melt?
We're very fortunate where we are. The house is way back from the river and the high tide marks and even this. My concern would be the low-lying areas, the houses that are close, and downriver south of East Haddam once this starts flowing and their level comes up.
I'm told that if you sit here long enough and you will hear big popping noises from the ice. Is that correct?
Correct. Typically, you will hear the ice flowing and popping when it's the norm. Here right now, though, everything's frozen over, and with the sun coming out and temperatures getting up into the mid-40s, you will start hearing ice collapsing and popping and the water flowing a little, but it's loud bangs, and it does scare some people.
Well, I've heard it, and I've jumped a couple times
Right.
just out of not knowing what it is. So it was pretty intense to hear. But like you said, with the heat wave today of getting up to about 40 degrees,
Right.
which is, you know, considering what the last 2 weeks have been below zero, how long typically will you start seeing the river flow again, since the ice dam itself only took a week to get to this level?
So it's hard to tell because the ice cutters, like you stated earlier, are down in Essex and Deep River. They have 2 of them, and their progression is the best they can do. In an 8-hour day, they have been getting about 300 to 500 feet into this.
Wow.
The magnitude of the ice dam from East Haddam Swing Bridge, where they're trying to get up to, where this ice jam starts, this goes back 6 miles from where it originates from. It's hard to tell if it's going to start melting before they get up here and start flowing. Who knows? But the thickness of this ice, it's blocking itself from moving. I foresee flooding on top of this ice, which is unheard of, but I don't see this going for at least another 4 or 5 days.
Wow. And typically, I think you had mentioned a while ago that this typically doesn't get to a freezing point until around March, and we're only in January.
Correct. Toward the end of February, March, it will freeze over, sometimes a little bit earlier, where it's like a pond that freezes over, it breaks up and goes. With a deep freeze for 14 days and it gets thicker and thicker, it just backs up. And this is almost looking like in Alaska. A friend of mine was down here yesterday. She was stationed up there in the military. I was up there a long time ago, and it looks like you're looking on tundra. It's just the ice sticking out, the magnitude. Where we are to the Haddam Island is 1,300 feet. So it's more than 1,300 feet wide and 6 miles long. It's not going anywhere.
That's incredible. I want to thank you again for allowing us to film here today.
Oh, you're very
Check
welcome.
out some of the footage and how thick some of this ice is. You could see that it literally is at least 1.5 feet thick. I just can't get over how thick this ice is. This really is magnificent. Look at this ice. Look at these chunks that are just floating around. And of course, you know, we have to say our public service announcement as this ice is not safe. There's pockets everywhere. I'm sure you could hear the popping, but like I said, this is history in the state of Connecticut. And there it is, the Connecticut River making history. I want to thank my friend Neil for allowing us to come out and film on his beautiful property. If you would like to see more adventures with Allie G, subscribe to our YouTube channel and find us on Facebook. Bye everyone.